gang, Larry Vickers here. I want to take you through a practical pistol training tip presented to you by my good friends at Wilson Combat. And fittingly enough, I'm using a Beretta 92G Brigadier Tactical, which is a Wilson Combat exclusive. On this segment, we're going to talk about double action to single action transition and my train of thought on how I handle it. I have a little bit different approach, and you need to understand you're going from one end of the trigger control spectrum all the way to the other. So you've got to change your mindset between the two shots. I'm going to bust some caps here and talk you through where I'm coming from. All right, here we go. Okay, there's two keywords here. When you think double action trigger pull, I want you to think roll, like I'm rolling the trigger back. And when you shoot single action, I want you to think press. All right, very much like pressing a single action trigger on a 1911. Let me show you. So I'm up on target and I roll straight to the rear, just like that. Then when I reset, I come all the way back out to the reset point, then back to the slack point and press. All right, let me do it again. So I come up on target, roll. Now reset and press. The reason you have to do this is, remember, you are pulling the trigger on two completely opposite ends of the trigger pull spectrum. You have double action that's on one end, which is the most difficult trigger pull, and you have single action on the other end, which is the easiest. To give you a frame of reference, a gun like a Glock or a Smith & Wesson M&P or any of those style pistols is right in the middle, halfway between double action and single action, but the key is the trigger's the same every time you pull the trigger. Another way to think about this, and I relay this to my students in classes, think about the double action trigger pull like swinging a baseball bat or a golf club. If you try to swing it too slow or too fast, it doesn't work. Same with a double action trigger pull. You need to find a nice smooth rhythm and roll the trigger back. Then, once you come off of that, you got to come back up in position. Remember, back to the reset point and then back to the slack point in order to fire single action. What you see is a lot of people screw up one or the other. They essentially apply the press to the double action trigger pull and essentially pull the trigger too quick, or they apply the roll to the single action and once again screw up the trigger pull. You got to change the way you think between shots, double action to single action. All right, remember, roll, press. Roll, press. Okay, try that next time you go to the range with a pistol like this. A couple guidelines: try it 3 yards, 3 shots, and try to keep it in a 3-inch circle. When you can do that, cut the circle in half. Make it 1.5 inches at 3 yards. When you can do that, put yourself on a time standard. When you can do that, back it up to 5 yards. Try 5 shots in 5 inches. Same thing, put yourself on a time standard and cut the group in half. Find a way to make it challenging, but also you want to find a way that you're shooting nice tight groups, double action to single action. All right, let me bust a few more caps. I hope you enjoyed it. Remember, stay safe and hit the range.